Are you ready?
Irashaimase! It is me, Andres Salazar. You're watching The Art of Comics. Welcome. This is a channel in which we talk about comic books from all over the world, graphic novels, whether they be here in the West, we'll call it, or in Europe, which this book's about, or in Japan, in the East. And today we're talking about this book called The God Network, produced and published here in the States by Static Press, and created by Vincent Perot. I don't know if I said that right. Is it Perot? Perot? I'm going to say Perot, okay? Because the T is always silent. Perot. We'll just call Vincent. Vince here created this book. So, French artist, writer, creator, studied in Angoulême, huge Moebius. I mean, if this guy says he doesn't know Moebius or care about Moebius, I'm going to punch him in his balls, because this is so much Moebius. A love letter, I would say, if I could even project that on this. It's unbelievable. When I saw it, I was like, oh, what's that? I saw the South American, it's not South American, the like southern, western, Arizona, New Mexico mountains, which Moebius lived in some part of his childhood. That's why a lot of that stuff has got that kind of Southwest look. And I picked it up, and the first thing I do, I look at this, and I'm like, what? There's dinosaurs. It's colored like Moebius. It's drawn like Moebius. It's got the artwork like Moebius, the faces, the line work, the coloring. This feels so French, so Moebius. I have to see what the freak this is about. So I picked it up. Retails for $40. I got this at Culver City down in LA. There's a shop called Pulp Fiction Comics, and that's where I got it. So we're going to spend most of our time looking at this under the microscope, because the visuals are really what drew me, and I think that's what's going to draw most people to it. Let me say this. European comics, sometimes for me, as a Westerner, is hard to get it, hard to grab the story. Japanese manga, I feel like, okay, I get it. The storytelling, I know what's going on. It's kind of straightforward. Western, that's my culture, so I understand that. European comics, Moebius, Monera, a lot of that stuff, Joulet, we can go on and on. All that, a lot of that is very not plot driven. It's very about feeling. It's ethereal. It's maybe a character study, or it's about the environment, and it meanders a bit. Maybe it's more philosophical. There's these other elements to it that are not about a plot, It's not the Joseph Campbell story, So a book like Inkal, for instance, written by Jodorowsky and art by Moebius, June Girard. I couldn't even tell you what the story is. I've read it so many times. I love it. But if you said, tell me what the story is of Inkal, I'd be like, John DeFool is an idiot, kind of private eye, gets caught up in this political, intrigue and intergalactic conflict with a war going on. He gets somehow, becomes connected to this artifact that has, it's just, it'd take me like an hour to explain it, because I don't even understand it. And there's bits of that in this. It's a cool idea. There is an upper class literally in the sky There is a lower class, literally on the ground in the desert, water, natural resources are all scarce. It's like Mad Max. Jari is a dinosaur cowboy who has a herd of dinosaurs, and he gets embroiled in this conflict between the top and the bottom, the upper and the lower class. There's a class war. He gets involved. He falls in love, kinda. There's that kind of stuff. We find out it's very environmental, but it's so there's a cool idea. I do like the ending. I do like how it kind of like comes together, pro Earth life stuff. But it's about the art, and it's about like checking it out, really, for me. It's same thing as the heavy metal. Same thing as a lot of the heavy metal stories. I'm just like, I really didn't quite get it all, but it was really cool. So that's kind of like this a bit. I didn't get it all. It's quite now. I only read it once. And about the art, maybe we'll just flip the camera over because there's some just great stuff. It starts off, I feel, very much like a Moebius type of art and line work. But then towards the middle and the end, it does loosen up and turn into a little bit his own. And I wonder if, this is about 200 pages. I wonder if just the process, and I've experienced this with my own book, Shangri-La, where, I'm on page 200 something. And now it's like, I'm drawing so differently than I did in the beginning. I wonder if that's going on here, that it's just his style is evolving and changing. So it does change slightly, but let's turn the camera over and take a look. Hey guys, here we are. This is what you're waiting for. We're going to look at the God Network. I really like these end pages. I mean, even just these end pages, you're like, oh, this looks like, kind of a blueberry-ish type thing. I mean, it does have a very much of a Moebius vibe. You're going to look at this. Like, within page 1, right? Is it not a Moebius face? Or is it just that, like, the French draw like this? I don't want to be racist. That might be a racist comment. So sorry for that. Love the colors. Love the line work. He's using brush, which I appreciate. He's using crow-quill. He's using all these fun tools. Really love the colors. This feels like a Moebius story. And I'm like, Moebius with dinosaurs and the outback. And I'm like, okay, I'm all about it. So Jari here is like a herder or shepherd, a dinosaur cowboy type. And he gets embroiled in this big political drama war with the two worlds, the world below and the world above. But just wonderful drawing. Isn't this great stuff, you guys? Like, I was really excited about it. Again, I do feel that, like, there's moments of the story that are a little incomprehensible, or maybe I'm just, like, reading too much into it. I'm not sure. Even this is great. I mean, this looks like, he's even got, like, the Moebius type of, like, clothing, headgear kind of costume. Yeah, sometimes the story just kind of, like, didn't hit perfectly for me. But that said, it was pretty fun. And there's a couple cool look at this. I really like this one. He does these really nice, like, big splash pages that could be posters. Coloring is great too, man. I'm working on this book. If you look at my Patreon, I'm working on a book called Boaz. And Boaz is a kind of sci-fi story with a little bit of a lone wolf and cub twist to it. And I'm using a lot of these kind of like colors like this. And the line work is different, of course, but this is something definitely to kind of study. He's doing great. These gradients are really nice. I don't like a lot of gradients, but this stuff is really good with the backgrounds. I think it works. And this stuff too, where you go from the complementary colors, blue to orange, browns and oranges. If you look at Pariah, Missouri, the book I did, I used almost all browns and oranges. That was like that. So this I like this a lot with these teals and oranges and burnt siennas. Yeah, it totally like is the vibe I do. So I was stoked about it. So many large crowd scenes in this book. Oh my gosh, it's just like so much rendering. Excuse me. And drawing. It's just a lot of freaking work. So again, I appreciate, look at this. It's beautiful. I appreciate all this kind of stuff where you're just like doing so much work here. Yeah, they're just, I mean, if you look at all these little bodies, all these people having to be drawn and everything. The back pockets of the jeans are drawn and all these things. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So that's the book. Visually, super cool. Story-wise, pretty cool. Yeah, the costuming's great. I really liked it. So I highly recommend checking this out. Static Press, The God Network, Negloid. Negloid? Yeah, Negloid. The God Network. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Check out my other videos. I have another channel called The Outgroove, which is music. And then I have my personal channel, which is more like vlogs and things like that. And the Patreon, which has my film I'm working on. You can see bits of that. And my comics and things. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.